Yeah. What's up? Members of the 161 Yankees win, baby. Yes, they did. I love it. I love it. I love it. 6-3. I'll take it. I'll take it. They've tied the series 1-1 with Garrett Cole on the mound tomorrow. So, I feel good. And, again, I'll follow up on yesterday's. I mean, they lost yesterday, but there were a couple of bright spots, not many, even though we're disappointed with the loss, even though I got accused of making excuses. I don't understand that one, that ridiculous comment. But somebody said I sounded like Boone in a post-game conference. I don't know what you're talking about. I said they barreled up better, which they did. They barreled up just as good today. They just found the seats and the field instead of gloves. One reason they won. Clark Schmidt was awesome today too. So I'm happy that they won. It's going to take some time to get used to the new hitting coach. Okay, so it's unfortunate. Some people have nothing better to do than trash them, and just the trashman. Just it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, but it is what it is. I can tell people can be miserable in their own time, but whatever. It's all good. But shout out to everybody in here. I'm not saying this to you folks either. There's a couple of knuckleheads who are coming after me in the comments for whatever reason. Whatever. Joe, my consigliere's in the house. Sean Browning, Jonathan. Yeah, Anthony Lapari's in the house. Yeah. Who else we got in the building here? Who else is in the facility? Yeah, Dev is in the building. All right. Minecraft. When will the Yankees make their first move? I hope it's this coming week. I really do. I mean, Josh Donaldson's hurt now. I mean, that could be the move. Who knows what they're going to do? I don't even know what the injury is. It looked like his hamstring the way he was pulling up, but we'll see. But that could be a move. That could be a move. Texas, the king of Texas, right there. That's right, the man, Lone Star State, baby. Yeah, man. I'm all good over here. Dealing with the hot ass weather, but it's all good. Let's all hit that. Let's hit that thumbs up, gang. Celebrate this win. It always feels better when they win, doesn't it? I'll tell you that. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Soto talk. There's a lot of Otani talk, and this is not going to stop until stuff is decided at the trade deadline. So it's crazy, but it is what it is. This is a busy time of year, a very busy time of year. So I'll be putting out a lot of stuff because we're getting all kinds of moves. So I'm looking at Joe Girardi being looked at for the Northwestern University head coach baseball head coach job. Look at that. His alma mater, Northwestern. Yeah, Jonathan. Wink the man's in the house. Christopher Woods. Yeah, the crew is here. The crew is here. Big Alex Farina's in the building. Al's in the house. I'm trying to catch up in the comments. NFE's here too, baby. It's a party when NFE's here. You know what I mean? Brett Anderson's here. Mike Pellegrino. Mike Consigliere. Yeah. So Brandon Moore still wants Cashman to get Cody Bellinger, Dylan Carlson of St. Louis. Bellinger and Dylan Carlson. I wouldn't trade. I don't think you'd have to trade Anthony Volpe for Juan Soto, to be honest with you. I wouldn't trade for Shohei Ohtani at all, period, Brandon, in my opinion. But I don't see the point. I don't see the value. I don't think he would re-sign here anyway. I don't think you need to include Volpe for Juan Soto. I just don't, based on the Padres roster. He wouldn't have a position to play. Jason Baker's in the building. West Coast. Jennifer McGraw. How are you, Jennifer? Ron Bees, what's good? TT Talbot. The Talbonator's in the house. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. The haters gonna hate, Anthony. I appreciate the kind words, brother. Haters are gonna hate. That's how they do things, man. It's all good. Alviso. What's up, baby? Yeah. Combs look good. He's looking good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, Stanton. He got his 1000th RBI, his career RBI 1000 during that 3-run shot. So his next milestone is 400 home runs. He's not that far away. So he's less than 20 home runs away from 400. So I hope he gets that this year. I really do. That'd be kind of awesome. Yeah. We don't want people sleeping with the fishes, right, Alex? That's right. Zane Buckets is in the building. Chris Schmidt, Rob, Mr. Persky. Yeah, maybe you folks. Scoonjilly's in the building. Maybe you folks will have a better insight on this. I mean, I asked some people in the comments, why don't I tell people, why don't you just ask me why don't I continually trash people on a regular basis, like a lot of other folks do? People should just ask me why I don't do it. You know, I mean, if they want to know, instead of talking shit or accusing me of whatever, making excuses and blah blah blah, just ask me, right? So, but you know, even though I've said it repeatedly, but you know, we can trigger the conversation, or I'm gonna come at you back. I'm come back at you. It's all good. You know what I mean? It's all good, Mike Pellegrino, man. We do how that's how we roll here. Texas, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. King of the state right there. King of the Lone Star, baby. Oh man. Clark Schmidt was phenomenal today. Again, Mike, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, sir. Another behemoth in Texas is in the building. Sunil's here. Yeah, you know what, gang? You know what? Here we go. Some folks are asking me, saying they'd like to get on the panel, a live panel. F it. I'm putting the link. Putting the link in the comments right now. If anybody wants to join this panel, it's open. Let's go. So I am going to the game next Saturday, so I might not be home in time to do a panel late next Saturday. So I might, so we'll see. Because I'll be at my best friend, my best man at my wedding. I'll be spending the day with him next week. So Jennifer, yeah, we got our ace. Soto, there he is, the Buckeye, the King of Texas is in the place. He's in the building. King of Texas. There he is. Oh, look at his. There we go. We got some fun. We got Brett Anderson's in the house.
Yeah, let me shut that down.
Yeah, let's get who else we got in here.
There we go.
There we go.
We're good.
We got who's this? Mission Impossible. Right here, Ethan Hunt. There he is.
Yep.
There's Sunil. That's Sunil.
Hey, what's up, man?
Ethan Hunt.
Dark. My fellow Texan.
That's right.
Yep.
Brett Anderson. Are you in Texas too?
San Antonio.
San Antonio. All right, man. We got a whole bunch. We got Anthony Power in the building too. NFE's in the place. I'm trying to get everybody on here.
What's up, everyone?
What is good? Hang on. We got NFE's in the building.
Oh, we got a full house today.
Yes, sir. Here he is. NFE's in the house. My man.
What's up, gang?
Consigliere Joe.
What's up, guys?
Joe.
Waiting tonight, man. That's what we needed.
There he is.
Mm-hmm. Just as an FYI for those that aren't on, the technology only allows 10 people on at once. So if you're not on now, I will try to get you on. We'll try to rotate in and out if we can. So, Jonathan, we got 8 people.
Hey, how's it going?
Shout out to everybody.
Good, Joel. How are you, man? How's the shoulder?
Much more mobility.
Good. That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that.
Just not ready to take the mound yet.
We're getting ready for the postseason, so we need you. We need you in October, not now. So
Okay.
You know?
So, gang, I was at the game yesterday, and of course they lose, and they win today, and I wasn't there. Gotta love it.
Well, you gave them good luck in advance, bro. So
Yeah.
you know,
So it was pretty lively yesterday. So, you know, there was a lot of Yankees fans. There's, you know, whenever the Yankees come into Colorado, man, it's just like they take over Coors Field.
Yeah, and they came to see Rodon pitch too, and he faltered. That's what sucks.
Yeah, that part sucked, but he found his groove later, man. I mean, he still had 8 strikeouts and 4 walks. The bats failed once again, right? But the Yankees, you know, we did do a roll call, so that was awesome.
Oh, sweet.
love the
Yeah, that was awesome. And I'm going to go to tomorrow's game too, so I'm excited for that.
So the real big thing here is who's the first to come back off the IL, Joel or Frankie Montas?
I'll go Joel. I'm voting Joel. I'm going Joel all the way. That's an easy question to answer.
We got West Coast Yankees fan in the house too. What's up? We look like the Brady Bunch. We got 3.
How's everybody doing?
What's up, man?
Great.
This is
Who's going to replace Donaldson now that if he goes into the IL?
So hopefully Donaldson goes to the IL and they call up Peraza. Yes, anybody?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey,
raising
West
my
Coast.
hand.
I'm raising my hand for this one.
West Coast, where are you from?
I'm from Northern California.
Oh, okay, I'm in Los Angeles area.
Edge country.
Right, I'm about an hour north of Sacramento, California.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I'm from the north, from the real North State per se.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. We got Cali, we got Texas up in there.
I've seen that trade proposal many times. Same trade proposal.
Chris Schmidt, can we send them LA Yankee King along with this trade proposal? That would be extra icing on the cake.
Soto, Helen, Snell, and Hader. Yankees sent Everson Pereira, Roderick, Severino, Peralta, Will Warren, Oswaldo, Flart. Jesus, that's a lot of guys, but it's probably what. Well, I don't see. What I'm happy to see is that I don't see Volpe in here. I don't see Peraza in there. I don't see.
For some reason, I think I like Arias. I don't want to trade Arias.
Nope.
I mean, he's getting a lot of phone calls. For those that haven't heard, they're getting a lot of phone calls on Roderick Arias right now with Yankees.
Yeah, that's the one guy I don't want to trade.
And the heavy favorite for Arenado seems to be in Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah. What do we got here? This is number 10. Billy
Yoda Branch. Holy crap.
All right. Look at Yoda.
What's up, wise one? So what's your take, gang? All right, we can talk about a lot of stuff. Like your take on. Let's round robin this, man. What's your take on the Soto chatter, the Ohtani chatter? What are we thinking, gang? What are we thinking?
I would trade for Soto and not Ohtani.
Exactly.
I don't think Ohtani's going to come to the East, plain and simple. I think he's staying put in the West. I don't think there's any way he's coming to the Yankees. I think we could forget about Ohtani, so we could probably stop talking about him, honestly.
I think Ohtani would either go to Dodgers or.
I think we gotta get Lane Thomas and Soto.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to trade for Soto, not Ohtani.
I saw the movie earlier.
Yeah. I mean, for all the reasons that Jason's been bringing up, the age difference is a significant one.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, what does Ohtani really give us when we're stuck with Stanton for another 4 years? So
everybody talks about him being a stud number 2 or number 3 behind the likes of Cole and Rodon, which I get. But my concern is the park play is small. He's not going to pitch to that same successful ERA he was pitching in Anaheim. So that talk has got to stop. And to basically circumvent that concern, in a Soto trade, I ask for Snell as well as Hader.
And so now I sent out my again recommendation earlier of the 2 big trades. One with San Diego for Soto, Snell, and Hader.
Yep.
And the other one with the White Sox for Giolito and Bummer. If we got
Not Crochet.
If we got those 5, I don't care who the reliever is. I just put Bummer as one. We do need a reliever back. But if you look at that, it fills all of our holes. We don't need another infielder. So I'm not sure why McMahon or Arenado or keep coming up in discussions. We have plenty of infielders.
I think we have too many infielders, and that's why a lot of them should be traded.
Exactly. Our problem is pitching and outfield. And that those 5 guys give us, plugs in the fielding by putting Soto in left field. It gives us pitchers and it gives us a solid closer.
Do you think Gleyber Torres could be traded?
Yes.
Well, yeah, Torres would have to go in the Giolito trade.
I was say, didn't they say there's like 4 different teams in the hunt right now for Gleyber Torres?
So it's the Mariners, the Brewers, the Mets, and the
Blue Jays.
Right.
I was saying,
Wait,
if it was me, I try to keep him out of the AL East. I try, if he goes somewhere, get him, make sure not to the AL East. Anyway.
And that's why the White Sox are a good trade, because it's a whole different division.
Yeah.
I think therein lies
So
the
wait,
trouble
the Mets,
with trading
the Mets,
Gleyber.
the Mets
fact
want
that-
Torres.
The
No,
Mets
no,
are
no,
having,
no.
the Mets are suffering poor play at second base, which is why they're interested in him.
Oh,
Isn't it a big
Well, I mean,
deal?
I would imagine a
He'll
lot
play
of teams
second
are interested in
for
him.
the Mets.
So do you think there's a left fielder out there who could be part of a Torres trade?
Bellinger.
I think there's a lot of players. Cody Bellinger, if the Cubs are non-competitive,
I guess you get Lane Thomas.
Tyler O'Neill, he's got his own set of issues, but like compared to like the majority of the Yankee lineup, I would take a 250 bat with maybe a 1.2 WAR over this season, 115 OPS plus. That's better than like 80% of our lineup right now. So like,
But how would he feel going up the middle and playing side by side with Frankie Lindor? That's my question.
well, I think that's kind of the problem too, is that like Gleyber, well, what he brings to the team with his bat, and I'm not trying to take anything away from that, because he has been, hitting like a man on fire lately. But we can't have short-term memories, because he was doing this exact same thing last year. He's very, very streaky, and there's not a lot of depth at second base across the entire league.
Well, that's
We're
why I
gonna
would
move on
say,
from Gleyber. We got to have somebody. I mean, we got DJ, but like, again, for how long? When's the toe thing going to be an issue? When's the back thing going to be an issue?
that's one reason why I would trade Torres as soon as possible, because
Well,
you never know when it gets cold.
You heard Vic you heard Vic Divitetto's take on the toe. Chop off the freaking toe. He was talking about like that on his latest video about Aaron Judge.
Hey,
Oh,
I was say like
Judge was in the outfield today.
yeah.
Judge was hitting today.
Yeah. He hit one off the scoreboard or something. In right center.
Do you think Judge could return in August?
No.
Yes,
No.
I do.
I think I'm probably in the minority here, but I'm going to go ahead and say it, and y'all can beat me up afterwards. But I think Judge coming back is not going to help this team in any meaningful way, other than like dragging
Being a
us
DH.
ever so closer to a wild card. And the way the Orioles have been playing with their pants on fire right now, even with a healthy Judge, I don't know
Playoffs.
with
Enough.
everything else in our lineup and all of the other needs that we have. Like, we don't know what Frankie Montas is going to look like when he comes back. We don't know if Severino is going to keep being a
I
turn.
also think the biggest mistake the Yankees have made since Judge's rookie year is not building a batting order around Judge. How have they built a batting order around Judge? They have too many power hitters, too many strikeout players, not enough contact bats. That's what they
Well,
need.
Judge,
That's right.
yeah, Brett. If the only move is to wait for Judge, we're dead in the water.
I agree completely.
They've got to go. As I said, Judge becomes an ancillary to everything else that they need to do. And if we get him back, that's great. But if we don't, we still build a solid enough team that can take us to the playoffs.
Well,
And
I think
Judge becomes frosting on the cake if he comes back.
yeah, it would be frosting on the cake. But I mean, I think we all saw this as, I mean, this was obvious as early as like last July. I mean, the reason we made the playoffs in 22 was because Judge like grabbed
Carried
the
the
team by
team.
the scruff of the neck and drug us there. So
Yes, he
the fact
did.
that we even made it that far was miraculous. And then we go into the off season, and like we all put our hopes and our dreams in the what we'd hope to be the capable hands of Carlos Rodon. And he's only had 2 outings, so I'm reserving judgment. But the fact that like all Hal goes after is Carlos Rodon and re-signs Judge, that alone tells me enough that like how serious is the front office about winning at this point? We've been running out this same team every year since 2016, and it doesn't work.
I'm not sure if Hal Steinbrenner knows exactly how to build a baseball team. He knows how to make money, but he doesn't know how to build a baseball team.
I'm 100% convinced you're absolutely right.
he's building a 40-man roster of cryptocurrency. Basically, he's running a hedge fund.
Yeah, he's running a hedge fund.
Well, now they're gonna have. They got more money with all those patches on their arms.
Yeah, when he did that interview with
What
Michael
do
Kay back in June, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know what all the Yankee fans are so upset about. It's like, dude, have you not watched the games? Like
2 words.
And here we are a month later, and we're still upset with him.
It feels like
all
he's
of you do
We're
gaslighting.
ready to tell him. We're ready to tell him, Steinbrenner and Cashman, move your ass.
I
2
think
words. Last place.
if we really took this whole thing seriously, we would look at Mike Fishman in analytics and really overhaul that. I'd get rid of him because, like, clearly, you know, analytics are important, but the way that they're being implemented with this group of geriatric, you know, infielders / DHs we've got, it's not working, and it hasn't been working for some time.
Any of you seen that movie on Apple TV, Tetris? That main guy who's at the forefront of trying to get Nintendo to buy Tetris looks like Eli Fishman, Mike Fishman, whoever that analytics guy is for the Yankees. He looks just like him.
Hey, gang.
So
Last year at the break, we needed pitching. We talked about it at the break. We needed pitching. Turns out we didn't get the pitchers that we wanted. We still need pitching. We still need pitching, even after this season. We needed pitching coming into this season.
I'll let my 50-year-old forkball loose. I don't care.
Honestly,
Sign me up.
I mean, hot take, but I don't think that our pitching is quite as dire as we like to think it is. I think it appears that way because when they go out, they have to be basically perfect every time from the starters all the way to the bullpen, because if we go down 2-1, we're going to lose. So if like the bats don't step up and start producing when runners are in scoring position, when we have like, you know, DJ and, you know, I hate to even say it, but like Donaldson and Rizzo and Stanton, if they can't produce to at least the back of their baseball card, it's like, yeah, the pitching's going to struggle because they have to go out and basically be complete. Like we have to have a team of Tommy Canleys every night.
Today, DJ got a double with no
Do you
outs,
know the
and we
timeline
didn't
on
move the runner.
Cortez? Do you know the timeline on Cortez?
August 6th. He's
August, first week of August is what they're saying,
Yeah, he can't come back before then.
because he was put on the 60-day IL. So
They said he did some played catch in
First week of August.
Colorado
That's
today,
about
and he
2
said he
weeks.
was
Yeah.
afterward. So
2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, but Brad, I've got a question for you because I'm not sure that I blame the longevity of the starting pitchers on not necessarily hitting. Yes, it makes it tougher for them, and yes, they have to be a little bit more refined than if they pitched with a lead. But our starters aren't giving us length. Cole is the only one. Today was a rarity with Schmidt going into the 7th, but we're not getting that consistently, and
You
so
look good.
we've burnt our bullpen, and so we don't have the saviors at the end of the game to keep the games close for us to have a chance to come back. If you look at a couple of the last losses we had, we gave up 4 to 5 runs between the 7th and the 9th inning in the bullpen, and we had no chance in hell of coming back.
Interesting point today, though.
a real big
Interesting
Go ahead,
Interesting point today. Schmidt basically went into the 7th inning for the 3rd time this season.
Yep.
You know, so if you talk about longevity, you've got Cole, him, and Herman basically doing it.
Today.
He threw 92 pitches though, which was, you know, that left me optimistic. I mean, he's looking better. Seems like he's got that cutter under a little bit better control. He entered the season throwing it 30-some% of the time. He's dropped below 10%, which is good. He's relying more on his like off-speed stuff. So I think he's looking better. I mean, I'm still not jazzed about him being like a regular, you know, starter. I would prefer to have him as long relief. But given the situation, you know, I think he's coming along. He's doing all right.
he's shown progress in every game, you know, especially his last like 4 or 5 starts. He's shown some great progress, I think. So, you know, and today I was a little bit worried, I'm not going to lie, but no, he showed up. He showed up tonight. So
yeah, they said the last 9 games his ERA is 2.81.
That's fantastic.
His last 2 or 3 starts.
You can't ask for much better.
So guys, go ahead.
I was saying when you compare his 2.81 in the last few games, that's almost right there with Cole's season-wide ERA at 2.85.
Yep.
Yeah.
True.
I think
Jason,
Jason, your mic is muted, I believe.
He's getting better.
I think Jason's trying to talk.
Yeah, I think his mic is muted.
you're muted, Jason.
Type it to him.
I was gonna ask you all a question.
You almost had it. Hang on 1 second, guys.
You good?
There you
We're
go,
good.
Jason.
Jason.
Me now?
You're on mute.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
There.
Hey, you're
Right
back,
there.
my guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Is there anybody, and I'll get Steels on here. I see TC Steels here. We got 10 people. Just hang on, TC, all right? Is there anybody that we can trade for pitching right now?
LA Yankee King.
Any player?
Torres.
I think it depends on the quality of pitcher you're wanting to get. Honestly, I mean, we have plenty of pieces that we could trade, but if you want like Luis Urias for LA is going into arbitration.
I would trade Gleyber Torres for pitching.
Torres, right? And
You
people
got
think-
you got to put Glaber in that deal. Glaber and Sevy and Wandy for a Bummer, Crochet, and Giolito trade.
White Sox would never do that.
They won't take the dead. They won't take the dead arms.
No, no way.
Dead arms, Peralta. I mean, sorry, Sevy is not really a dead arm. He just sucks right now. He's mentally checked out.
He's got no movement on his fastball.
Yeah,
His
and
fastball is a straight fastball that everybody's hitting all over the place. He's got nothing on it.
BP pitch.
it's pretty obvious they're not going to re-sign him at the end of the season. So I don't see the point in moving him to the bullpen. I would trade Severino and get whatever we can get. The most important thing I would get is payroll relief. They can use the rest of the payroll to get a reliever or add to a package to get a starter.
Wasn't he on a 1 year deal currently?
What's that?
Was Severino? Was he like on a 1 year, $15 million?
No, he
He's
was a 4-year deal.
signed the 4-year deal, but this is the 5th-year option.
Oh, gotcha.
He's gonna make another start here next week, I think. 1 or 2 more starts, and obviously, if he does not show any improvement, the Yankees are gonna pull him out of the rotation. Probably put in either Vasquez or Brito, possibly.
Yeah.
Is what I was reading.
What Vasquez did his last 2 outings, he's looked sharp.
Agreed.
Right.
Vasquez is basically Stevie and Stroman in one person, basically, the way he's got movement on his pitches.
Yep.
Lipari, hang on a second, Anthony. Hang on a second, Anthony. Where's Steels at? Steels.
There he is.
Is he here?
Yeah,
There he is.
I'm trying to add you, brother.
Coming on.
Yeah.
Where's Steels?
Oh, he was there.
He was here.
We saw the name.
Hang on. We're at the add screen. Come on, I'm trying to add you right now, Steels. It's not.
So while you're trying to add
Here he
him,
is.
my
Here he is.
one,
He's gone.
There he is.
so while you're trying to add him, my one concern on this team is, in 2 words, offensive complacency. And you saw that in back-to-back games. We scored for shit yesterday, and while we scored today and held a lead, we didn't pad it, basically.
What caught me yesterday is, I don't know if you guys caught this, but 80% of their starters, his name escapes me at the moment, 80% of his first pitches were strikes. And it wasn't because we were whiffing on them. We're just watching. We were starting every at bat basically 0-1. Toward the 3rd inning, their pitchers just started throwing change up right down the middle, fastball right down the middle, because they know we're not going to swing.
The other thing too, they barreled up pretty good yesterday. They found a lot of gloves. They hit the ball hard. So I don't buy the offensive complacency thing yesterday. I don't buy that. So that's just I don't buy it today either. They hit the ball hard again. They barreled up. They're also adjusting to a whole new hitting philosophy now. So it's going to take a little while. Again, you guys may disagree, and that's fine. But complacency to a degree, I mean, it's only certain players who I would hold that.
The only way we wouldn't disagree on spying is if Bill Belichick joined this coaching staff.
So, guys, real quick, Jason really brought up Shohei Ohtani, Juan Soto. In all honesty, how likely is it that the Yankees are going to try and pursue Soto?
Try, I would say.
You think you should try?
I'd say. I mean, this.
Try
I
and
think
do.
probably
That's a
the easiest
Yoda
way to
thing.
put it.
Yoda.
They're gonna be in on him. Just say they were in on him. Like personally, I would rather do what the Padres did. Nobody talked about it. They just came out of nowhere and just got him. Like I don't want to hear about Soto every single day. I just want them to get him, right? So and try their darndest to do it in a way that
I would get.
I think it's just like just to Brett's point, like getting Judge back is the same thing as signing Soto by himself or Ohtani by himself. Neither one of those moves is enough. Neither one of them is enough. You got
Having Soto would be great. I agree with you. It would be great.
Soto, I would love it.
But it's not going to fix our
But
problems.
we need a starter. We need
It's
another
not going to be
starter.
the miraculous cure that we want it to be.
Yeah, but the best part with Soto is that there's automatic contact back, and he walks, a crap ton. So
He leads the league in walks right now.
Yeah. It's just getting guys on base. That's what you need. Like baseball hits with baseball games,
Yeah.
I would agree, but then what my hesitation comes from is like, okay, it's great that Soto gets on base, but right now, the Yankees, I think, are second from last or third from last in batting average with runners in scoring position.
And
so Soto does get on base. I mean,
and it poses the question too: where would you hit Soto? I would bat him second.
I bat him second. Yep.
Yeah.
I bat him second.
You put him in front of Judge because I want Judge to get RBI opportunities. I want him hitting 2-run home runs, 3-run home runs, not solo home runs. Okay. He doesn't get many chances to run in scoring position.
If Soto's in front of Judge, he would be like a 61 man. Everyone would pitch to him because they're scared of pitching to Judge.
Well, there for a while, the Angels had that same problem. You can't walk Mike Trout to get to Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, exactly. It would be a nightmare to pitch to Soto and then Judge.
I think Steels lives right near the Anaheim ballpark. So what I'm going to suggest is have a 28-inch rollerboard bag out ready at Anaheim with Ohtani in there and just ship him off at the Yankees without a trade. Just be done with it.
I'm rolling out the red carpet for him. Yeah. I'm going Monday, so I'm going to go talk to him.
Exactly.
Hey, GC, I'll drive from Northern California right now. We'll pick him up. I got you.
Okay.
Friendly kidnapping, man. Friendly kidnapping. It's all
good. Yeah. Ohtani-san must come to New York. Yeah. Miyagi, wait for you.
Some candy. You want some candy?
Chinese food better in New York.
I actually don't want Ohtani though. I give me Soto all day. I'll take Soto.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if we don't get Soto, give me Bellinger and maybe Candelaria, and bring up Peraza, Rortvet, get rid of Donaldson. I mean, there's some changes we can make right away that'll fix this team, but they refuse to do it. They just sit on their old guys, and it's too bad. It's frustrating.
So, TC, what do you think of Donaldson's potential injury? Is it a cramp or a hammy or a quad?
Does he do this every game now? He did it what before the All-Star break?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monday against the Cubs.
He's teasing us. He's teasing the fans. We're cheering for the injury, and he's like, aha, I tricked you guys.
I have never seen a group of players
was he playing tonight?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was at
seen a group of players in my life get hurt so many times running to first base.
I was going to say I was at last night's game, and even the booze at the Rockies game last night. It was awesome.
I heard it too.
It was great.
He just needs to go on the 60-day IL and be done with, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's start insurance. Pay the rest of his paycheck.
Exactly. Why did they get that insurance?
Is he under 140 yet?
Under what?
Is he under 140 yet? I know
Yeah.
he's like 140.
Something like that. Yeah. It's
He went 0 for 4 today, right?
Wait, are we talking about his batting average or his IQ? I'm sorry. Which one's under 140 right now?
Unless it's the injury quotient.
Yeah.
The injury quotient could be 140.
True.
Only for him or for the team?
The Cubs have made any more moves with Marcus Stroman?
No, they just said they were not going to extend him. Not going to give him an extension mid-season.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I wonder if that might be an avenue worth pursuing.
I have a feeling he's going to get traded to Tampa.
That's my knee-jerk reaction too.
I would say
if Donaldson goes,
he doesn't like New York. I don't think he'd ever go to New York. I think much bad blood from
who, Marcus Stroman?
Yeah,
No.
Stroman. Yeah, I don't think he wouldn't play in New York. Not for the Yankees, anyhow.
I heard a rumor that the polar bear on the Mets is going to be traded to the Twins.
I heard their front office talk. Read from their front office talking yesterday that said that polar bear is absolutely out of the question, unless you heard something I didn't. But I've heard that
John Boy.
They're not entertaining offers for him and Francisco Lindor.
I heard that on like Jason said.
I don't see them getting moved.
Their fancy trade. Who's going to be traded. Kind of a fun situation to grab.
Mm-hmm. John Boy has him going to the Twins too.
That's crazy.
Alonso. So they need a bat. The Twins need a bat. They got good pitching. They need a bat.
But look at the karma of the situation. Look who wound up going back to the Twins, even though he opted out at the end of last year. Carlos Correa, and he's hitting worse than Anthony Volpe.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of teams dodge a bullet on him.
Yeah, he is.
Funny how that works out.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all qualified shortstops, Volpe is leading in home runs.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not much, but I'll take it.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah, his stats are right on par.
Volpe fielded real well today.
Yeah, he looked real good.
He had really a couple nice plays.
Dude, I thought he was reaching for a backboard when he caught Diaz's liner. I thought he was reaching up for a block shot. That was insane.
Ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I mean, man. Now, all right. So, would you guys give Soto an opt-out clause?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
After year 5, like you were saying early on, when he's at his age 29 or 30 year.
5-6 years. Yeah.
Yeah, to get him in the building, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a perk.
Signing him to a straight 10-year contract, I think, is risky.
I would want 6.
Well, it's real risky if we're not going to. I mean, if we're going to go after him, I'd want to go after him more. I don't want him to just be a rental.
No.
I agree.
Exactly.
I agree.
If we go,
Ohtani, that's 100% the case. How much of the farm do we want to sacrifice for a player that's going to get us through 2 months and probably not even a wild card if that's all we get?
I don't think you need to give him an extension immediately. You can give him an extension after next year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we'll get him for a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that story about the Yankees being in on Ohtani is real. I know Buster Olney's.
No.
You don't want him.
But I think this is one of those stories that happens that whenever a big name player becomes available or a team is talking about trading a big name player, they always say, well, the Yankees are in on it.
They do that so that way
drive the price up.
He's doing his due diligence.
And that's usually something that Scott Boras will do.
Yeah.
See, you got.
They use him, for leverage, like everybody says.
Yep. The Yankees already have 2 strikes against them, anyway. On this, he wants to play in the West Coast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He wants to live a private life. You will never get.
He'll go to Seattle.
Never.
He can survive in New York. No way.
New York.
Seattle will give him the most private life out of every other.
Well,
And more than all of those things, his pitching stats in New York don't really support it. He's pitched 3 games against the high-powered Yankee offense, and he's shit the bed, epically. So God forbid he faces a Rays, an Orioles, or any other type of high-powered offense in that ballpark. You're going to see much of that repeat over and over and over again.
Yeah, but let's save ourselves some energy. Is there anybody who's online right now who thinks we should go after Ohtani?
No.
No.
Not me.
Let's stop talking.
I'm giving you my Shannon Sharp head on that one.
Yeah, I just think we should stop wasting our energy
Yeah,
he's
and
a
I
nice
don't
guy.
think he
Like him.
pitches past 3 more years. I'll give him 3 to 4 years tops, and he's going to be done pitching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah, I think
forget
the same.
about Ohtani and the Yankees and go after what we really need. And I still think that number one need right now is Soto.
Soto
Yeah.
and Bellinger.
I
As
think
much as I would like Soto,
I'll take
I don't
both.
think
it's gonna be-
Lane
Why
Thomas
would
is
we
a
need? We
superior
don't need both. Where would
I
we
don't think
play?
it's gonna
Where
be-
would Bellinger play?
If we didn't
Bellinger
have
can play first. Rizzo sucks.
I think I think
Easy,
it's
you
gonna
can play
be-
first.
Well, Rizzo's
think-
been slumping, but Austin Wells can play
I think
first as well.
Rizzo's.
Yeah.
I don't.
Rizzo's not right.
I
You
think
got
Austin
Sapporo,
Wells
too.
is rotting in AAA.
Tomorrow, that's right. Tomorrow.
We've
But you
got
were,
this.
you were thinking about getting Murakami. He could play first.
Murakami is another thought about him. But if we got
Yep.
Soto,
But DJ at first.
yeah,
But Peraza at third.
third. If
Yep.
we got Soto, and then we got Giolito and
I don't know why Peraza is not on this team right now.
What's that?
I know.
Because he's probably got news of Cashman, Howell, and Boone together.
Yeah.
I think he was hitting. He hit a couple of. He did well today.
Like Joe was saying too. If you get Soto and then we got Giolito and Bummer, I'd be pretty damn happy with that trade deadline.
And
They
also,
target
add to that, we got a DFA or trade Donaldson too somehow. And I think somebody had projections of Donaldson going to the Dodgers.
Yeah,
Our,
that too. John,
yeah.
If Donaldson is hurt, he's not going anywhere.
Well, this
we
is the
also
thing.
we need to stop talking
Not if
about
he's hurt.
DFA Donaldson.
The
'cause
Mets already.
that's still money for us. But that
Again,
doesn't help
also-
us.
Send him to
money.
the Mets. They
We got rid of
Mets are big.
$30 million worth of Hicks.
We did
No,
get rid of $30 million
Yeah, we
worth
did.
of it. But
We
Hicks
didn't get
still
rid
had
of it.
some
We're
value.
paying it.
Reading all
Why
of
are we
his
paying
money.
that?
It's charged against our books. We just don't.
I know
They
it's
print
against
money.
our
They don't
books,
need
but
any
we
more
got rid
money.
of
They're
Hicks,
fine.
who still owed $30 million. That's my point.
Yeah, well, we're paying the
But
$30
we-
million.
But if we have an option to give him to the Mets and they'll DFA him,
And that's
then,
so the
then
Mets
we
already
get
said that.
we get free and clear. We get $12 million, to work towards the trade
But
deadline.
even if they do, we got to give up Ian. We have to give up Ian. What's his name? Hamilton.
Well,
to
that's
get
where
rid of
Cashman.
Donaldson.
That's where
Don't do
Cashman
that.
needs to do his
I don't
work.
really want to do that.
Cashman needs to do his work to negotiate with the Mets on who the alternative is to Ian Hamilton.
Well,
give
I
up
think we got
Wandy.
what, 2 weeks
So-
from tomorrow? Is the deadline 2 weeks
Alternative.
from tomorrow?
August 1st.
August 1st.
Well, if we wait, some other team may come in there with someone else that they want DFA, and then the Mets won't take them. So time is of the essence. This is where I don't
I
want
would-
Cashman asleep at the wheel. I want him jumping on the Donaldson bandwagon very quickly and let him do his thing with negotiating for who that relief pitcher is going to be that we give up, or the relief pitchers that we have to give up. But
I
something
would
has
try.
to happen.
The only thing
I would try.
I was going to say the only thing I'm confident with Cashman is trading for relief pitching. So
I would try to offload. I would try to
Serious, Jason.
offload Peralta in that deal with Donaldson to the Mets.
Yeah, I
'Cause
agree.
Yeah, because Peralta, when he first came here, he looked like a young Sonny from Miami Vice. Now he looks like an old George Lopez from the George Lopez comedy show.
Well, I would
3 or 4
I would
times he's
even
been out.
I would even go with Peralta and Marinaccio as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like getting rid of Marinaccio, but I wouldn't be completely opposed to it, I guess. It just depends on what we're going to do with the $25 million we've saved from dumping that salary.
Yeah.
Like if we can go
Marinaccio
after
could be
another quality
rated, though.
arm, then
Yeah,
fine.
we have Loizaga coming back.
Yep.
Yeah, well, he's not due back till September, though, right?
September.
Yeah. Him and Montas, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Montas isn't coming back this year, guys. So let's stop with the Montas stuff.
Maybe it's just me, but I have no faith in Frankie Montas at all.
Yeah.
Well, I
But
didn't
the Yankees are so bad of trading partners. Ugh.
I would give up Marinaccio if I could Ian Hamilton.
I'm just glad the Oakland A's are where they are this year and they suck, and Cashman's not enticed to trade with them this year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The only player they have that I could conceivably see being worth it is that I don't remember his name. He's that I think he plays center fielder. He's crazy fast.
Laureano.
I think. Yeah.
Ramon Laureano.
That might be him. He's
that guy who has what 50 stolen
Well,
bases?
Rooker or
no, not
Yeah,
Brent
Rooker,
He's like a short black dude with dreads. He's
That's Ruiz. I know his last name is Ruiz.
he's like 40 stolen bases.
Yeah. I think he could provide some kind of benefit, but I mean that would be the only player on the A's him and Brent Rooker maybe I would consider, but the A's have just been such terrible trading partners in the past. I would be reticent to go after pretty much anything they'd want to offer.
Yeah.
I remember
they had a good draft. They had a good draft last week.
That same projection I saw today, ironically, had Shohei Ohtani going to, of all places, the Great American Ballpark, to the Reds. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. And here's another thing. If Soto goes to Tampa Bay, you might as well just fire Cashman right now.
Yeah.
I don't think the Reds
Tampa Bay has the prospects to get him.
I mean,
Tampa
that's
Bay
how
won't pay
loaded.
they won't pay that.
I think the Reds are loaded with prospects. I think, aren't they? The Reds are loaded.
Tampa Bay is based
Well, yeah,
on
the
the
Reds
cheap.
are loaded with prospects for sure. But
Yeah, De La Cruz, get him over here.
Like Joey Votto, and he's barely clearing like I think $15 million or something.
If we get De La Cruz, I'll trade Volpe in that trade.
I might make that trade. Or at least if we could get somebody who has the same kind of like energy that De La Cruz has. I love watching him play.
Yeah. The Reds are going to get a starting pitcher, I think.
Yeah.
The Reds should have never let Sonny Gray go.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Sonny Gray's not pitching all that well all of a sudden, though.
He's
great.
Yeah, he's been slumping a little bit. He has.
But he had a good first half.
Sonny Gray's not pitching all that well. Joey Gallo's not playing all that well.
Who do you think would be the most? If you could pick a trade that will just shock the world out of everybody, what do you think it would be?
For us to get?
Just for the deadline. Anything which is like
if the Red Sox got Soto, I would be shocked.
Yeah, that'd be shocking.
Well, the Red Sox lost to the Cubs today. Let's hope they lose another one so we can make equally as much fun of them for losing 2 of 3 to Chicago. Like they're basically been flatulating on us.
That would be something that would shock me. Red Sox getting Soto.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Red Sox or Ohtani. I don't know if Ohtani would go to the Red Sox or not, but that would be a shocker too.
Shit.
He's not an East Coast guy. He's not going to come to any of the East Coast teams. That includes the Mets, the Red Sox, and Yankees.
I think the only teams that are realistically on Ohtani are the Dodgers, the Mariners, and maybe the Giants.
Yeah. For me, it would be shocking if Ohtani went west of Nevada.
But I don't think Ohtani had a no-trade clause.
If the Padres didn't have the Bally Sports dilemma that they do, I could see Ohtani going there. But unfortunately, that Bally Sports thing is really what's pooping their toilet.
Yeah, they've got some serious money problems, which is, I think part of their, desire to unload a contract like Juan's.
Yeah. I feel like if Ohtani gets traded, I don't. If the LA Angels, if they trade him, I don't think it's going to be to any West Coast team. They're going to want to get him as far away as they can from the West Coast. But in free agency, obviously he can go wherever he wants. He can go to the Dodgers. He can go anywhere. But to be traded, I don't see him going to any West Coast team. Especially there's so many teams here in division.
I think that's where Ohtani kind of has him where he wants him because if Ohtani enters free agency, let's be honest, the Angels ownership is not going to spend that kind of cash on Ohtani. So if he goes into free agency, anything that the Angels might have gotten in return, regardless of where it comes from, it's gone if he enters free agency.
Right. Well, another thing is too, they also said on MLB Network and stuff, each day they're holding on to him. He's slightly losing his value, for any potential trade. Yep.
Well,
let's
less time.
Let's also talk about a side effect of that Ohtani possibility of a trade. What does Trout say to the front office now that if they basically trade Ohtani that speaks loudly to their intentions, even for the future, to go for a playoff spot. And at which point, Trout is at such a point in his career, he's like, I want to go out with a ring. He's probably going to demand a trade too. And with his sizable contract, there's only one team that's going to afford him.
Trout hasn't played a full season
The
since
Yankees.
2016.
Yeah.
Or the Mets.
Well, the Dodgers could afford him.
Dodgers.
See, the other side to the
I
whole
don't think
Otani
Trout
thing
has
is
the
that
leverage you think he does.
Yeah, but see, Trout is an East Coast guy. He's from Philly. Do you think he wants to stay in LA that long?
I think he's from New Jersey.
He's from Jersey, I think.
Yeah, so he's gonna want to come to New York for sure.
You go to the
I
Phillies.
wouldn't. It wouldn't be surprising, but honestly, I don't. I know this is going to sound strange, and I'm a lifelong Yankees fan, and of course I'd love to see him here. But I have such a respect for Mike Trout and the kind of athlete that he is. I don't care where he really goes. I just want to see Mike Trout on a team that makes a deep playoff push at least once before he retires.
I think the Angels did make it once, but they.
He's so
It's going to
highly.
be another Don Mattingly.
He's a high character guy. He's so highly revered. I can't see him demanding a trade anywhere.
I don't.
Yeah, he's kind of cut from the same cloth that Jeter is. He's loyal to the Angels.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to go anywhere.
Well, let's just hope the Angels ownership don't do to Trout what Cashman did to Jeter.
Yeah.
Isn't Moreno said? Isn't he selling the team? Didn't he agree to next year? Or?
Allegedly, I hear it's back and forth.
Yeah, TC, he actually agreed to sell the team at the deadline.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I mean, if the new owners show up and say, "Yeah, we're willing to back the truck up to build around you," I mean,
I'm gonna go Monday. I'm gonna go talk to him. All right, I'll let you guys know. I'm gonna.
All right.
Yeah, you do that,
Artie.
my Italian compadre. You do that.
How you doing, Artie Moreno? How you doing? Come on, let's talk.
You give him a those.
He's Hispanic. He's not Italian.
I'll give him some chicken parm and we'll talk about it. Right?
Yeah,
Chicken parm.
He's Hispanic. He's not Italian.
That's okay. We're all the same.
Chicken
What
parm
does
will
he
spice
know about
anybody
chicken
up.
parm?
Chicken parm with some tapatio on it.
Hey, that's some chicken parm.
Low key, I would eat that.
To answer Kevin's question that he just posted, I think if the Yankees do trade for Soto, I wouldn't be surprised if the Martian isn't a part of that.
Oh yeah, he has to be.
Yeah.
But that's the only way I see him leaving is for Soto.
Yeah.
Let's talk about another thing. What's the track on Spencer Jones? Is he like 2 years away from the Bronx or no?
2, yeah, I would say 2.
Yeah, probably 2.
Yeah, because he
got to get his strikeouts down. He strikes out too much.
Yeah, because he right now everybody talks about him being like a left-handed Aaron Judge. If he got his batting demeanor together, he could be our next Paul O'Neill type. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
If he fixes batting, he could be happy even next year.
Yeah, you're in 2025. You're going to see headlines. Breaking news: Yankees call up Spencer Jones and a shitload of water coolers.
I'm here, guys.
I got to sign off. I'll talk to y'all later, man.
Can you guys hear me in
All
Sydney?
right.
I hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I got booted off. I'm having some trouble here. I don't know what the hell happened, but I'm back here.
Well, your ISP, give them a little beef and whatever.
I got one for you guys. What do you guys think is more likely? That Cashman gets somebody that we're not even talking about, or he gets somebody like a Soto or a Bellinger?
Soto, Bellinger.
Somebody that no one even thought about.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Cashman he's doing some sneaky, some reclamation guy that we never even heard of, and that's our big move. That's a Cashman type move.
It is.
Well,
and what's so maddening about it is that he does this stuff, and it's like even a broken clock is right twice a day, so he'll get like 10 turds, and then the 11th happens to be really good. And
Right.
everybody's like, "Oh, he's a genius," but then they're like,
Yeah.
"What about all this other crap we've been signing for the last decade?"
Well,
Yeah.
you also heard that Joel's rotator cuff is almost recovered, right? So Joel could be the next guy out of the pen.
All
Could be
right.
the next JB
Yeah.
Moyer.
That's right.
That's good news, Joel. Good news.
Oh, you have an ephus pitch? You got an ephus pitch, right?
Better than
it's gonna,
Severino
Joel's
out
going to
there.
be coming in as Jamie Moore, the first 50-plus-year-old out of the pen.
Phil Necro.
Yeah, exactly. Or Tommy John from the right side.
What do you mean, Snow? 50 plus? How about 70 plus?
Damn.
Oh, hey, look, we
Satchel.
were trying to make you
That's
younger,
Satchel
man.
Paige.
You can't blame us.
I mean, at this rate, I think it's time we start to make some new considerations. Let's get IKF in the rotation.
Well,
Why isn't he
Donaldson,
playing third? Is he hurt? Is something wrong with IKF?
Yes.
He was in left field tonight.
No, he was at left field last night.
He was?
Last night, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. IKF was in that left field last night.
Yeah, he didn't play
well,
tonight.
Donaldson
He
does
needs to
throw
be playing
mid-80s, so
third.
you can...
Donaldson needs to get the hell out of here.
I think Donaldson's going on the IL.
I
But
hope so.
Donaldson does throw like 80-plus miles an hour, so if you need, rotation help, he could be there. He doesn't have to. You don't have to think about his 140 batting average and whatever. He
Doesn't
has a
IKF
0
have like a
ERA.
3? Yeah, I was gonna say, doesn't IKF have like a 3 ERA or something like that? Just for
2.5.
coming in?
Donaldson's 0.
No, I'm talking about IKF.
Here's another
Yeah, he's a
question.
one
How
on.
long before we see Wells up
I think Wells comes up next year.
next year?
Yeah.
Do you see the ghost being put in as a part of the trade, Rortvet?
What's that?
I don't think he's even
I don't think he
real.
has
I don't
a
know. They don't
value
treat him
on
like he's a real player.
I
Yeah,
mean,
he
we saw
probably-
him. I don't remember who was it.
Set up now. I mean, I want another lefty bat in the lineup.
We saw him very briefly a couple of games back in like May or June, and he looked real good. Real good.
Yeah.
He's like 15 for his last 25.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, I'm pretty sure he went to the passport office or wherever it is to do a legal last name change, and he changed his last name to Florial.
Yeah.
I would love to see Rortvet play every day in Yankee Stadium. I'd love to see him play every day.
I would love that.
The only way he's going to be up is if Higashioka is part of a trade for somebody, leaving an opening in the catching.
I think Trevino's going to be in a trade first.
I do too. I
Higashioka has been better than
in a lot of ways, but Higgy is the
Higashioka
only
probably has
player
more
on the team, and I truthfully don't see him going anywhere.
I think Trevino stays around, and then I think Iggy gets traded.
I don't know,
man. You
got more value right now.
You have a catcher who caught a no-no from Corey Kluber and a perfecto. Do you really trade him, or do you keep him around as part of a tandem between him and Rortvet, or him and Wells?
Yeah. If you look
Either way,
at
you got three solid options.
If you look at Higashioka behind the plate, he's not that good. Trevino outplays him behind the plate day in and day out.
Yeah, but
he also
but Trevino has no bat.
Well, that's that's the other side of the coin.
Yeah. Trevino swings at pitches up here, though, or up at his pec, coming in at him.
Yeah, no, I agree. Trevino, from a hitting standpoint, Higashioka is a much better hitter, but from a defensive catching standpoint, Trevino is much better than Higashioka.
I wouldn't say much better, but he's a little better.
I think what a lot of people talk about too.
I don't think Higashioka is with the team next year.
Austin Wells profiles really well at first base and in left field, and I truthfully believe that if we wanted to do a tandem catcher, we could do Higgy and Rortvet if we can get him healthy, and then
I'd like to see that.
After this Rizzo contract's up, I'm fairly certain this is where he'll retire.
Lower minor that's supposed to be good.
I was gonna say I like with I love Higashioka, Higgy even more, because when I went to Oakland and watched that perfect game, man, I would say just Domingo and Higgy, in person watching a perfect game, man, I was gonna say like that's like burnt in my mind. That's pure history, So like I said, Higgy, he's a great player, but I don't know how long he'll stick with us personally. So
I don't know about you guys, but it's Kevin Hunt question. Who thinks the Martian is still with the Yankees August 22nd? The only way I think he's gone is if Soto's here.
Yep.
Yeah.
True. He would have to headline your deal. He's a headliner of the deal, I think.
I think that's why Florial hasn't been called up. Well, number one, he's out of options, but number two, he's raking down in AAA, and I think him raking in AAA is going to increase his trade value rather than bring him up to the majors where he has historically just sucked.
They don't. They obviously don't want to call him up and play him, so they have to trade him.
Yeah, well, if they call him up,
so
controllable years.
So to that point, see,
he has no years of control.
To that point, you gotta call him up and you gotta showcase him if you're gonna do that.
Yeah, you got to do that.
That's my big concern, though, because if you call him up, I mean, every time we brought him up, he'll have like one or two good at bats, and then he just falls off a cliff. And
yeah.
I think it might.
But he's got only 54 at bats though, and he's mostly sat more than he's played.
2 or 3 weeks. So
maybe if they could give him consistent at bats, yeah, I mean that might not be a bad idea. It just makes me worry because I think he could be a really good trade piece, and I would hate to see him brought up to the majors only to see what we always.
They'll bring him up. They'll bring him up like around September. You know, if we get into the playoffs or something, you know how they bring up like their young kids and stuff. I feel like they'll bring him up like the last run, I guess. You know, if they're say a locked in like playoff spot, you know, like they bring up the kids and stuff, let them play. You know, basically September. You know, if they're locked in the playoffs, I feel like that'd be a thing that they'll do. You know, with him.
If he's not traded, I think that probably.
I mean, he's putting up Bernie Williams type numbers sitting in AAA, man. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, did you in '91 when Bernie was called up? Did you ever hear of him? You know, rotting in AAA, whatever our farm club was back in '91. I don't remember. Was it like Columbus or something?
Steinbrenner wanted to get rid of him.
Yeah, Columbus.
Yeah.
Steinbrenner was trading everybody before. If Steinbrenner didn't get suspended in 1990, I don't think we had.
That was the best thing that happened.
Gene the Stick Michael, guys, remember that name. He is the architect of this thing, not Watson, not Steinbrenner. Gene the Stick Michael.
I don't think we go on that.
Yes.
In the 90s.
Hey, did Shane Bieber get hurt today for the season?
Yes.
He's on a 15-day IL. He's got an elbow problem that's spurred from forearm discomfort. So that's certainly a weakness for Tommy John. I would not be going after him for a trade deadline.
No way.
No.
I think that's gonna be up Cashman's alley right there, though.
Yeah, because he went after Montas.
It's a good thing that we found out beforehand. So,
Exactly.
We didn't find out the details on Montaz's injury until way after.
So did we find?
We're like, oh no, he's good. We promise, he's fine.
Yeah, the doctors gave him a green light, Montaz.
Yeah.
Did we find out through public knowledge or through Cashman's Wikipedia?
No, public. MLBTraders.com, Indians Twitter. The Guardians Twitter. All this stuff. It's been confirmed already. Everywhere.
WebMD.
I'm pretty sure the Guardians are motivated to unload Naylor if they try to trade Bieber to us. They want to give us Naylor too as a way of trolling us. They want to go like this.
Man, that freaking baby carry. Oh boy. Yeah. Guys, I'm having some computer problems here.
What's going on?
What's going on?
I don't know what's going on, but I keep freezing and stuff like that. So I'm going to cut this short.
They're hacking you.
Well, I will come back next Saturday to do this again. You guys?
Good.
So,
all right, Jason.
I'm sorry, my apologies on this, but I can't.
No worries.
Guys, I keep losing myself too. I keep getting muted.
Hey, Jason, real quick. What are you using at home? Are you using like a whole home beacon Wi-Fi system or just a router?
Well, I'm staying in my in-laws, and so I don't know. I'm getting an addition put on my house. I'm not even at home. So my house is we're fully loaded for what? So we're hardwired for everything in our house too. So here I don't know.
Yeah, you might convince them to go whole home Wi-Fi in some aspect or other, because if they have a large enough house, having just a router isn't going to cut it in most cases.
This is true.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to convince them, but it's definitely worth a try.
They just get
the Google Home works
buy
good too.
for them.
Yeah, well.
How long do you get back home, Jason?
What's that?
Like how long are you? Yeah, so you get back home.
I've been out of my house for 5 months now.
Oh my God.
And
Smokes,
we're getting phase 2, the final phase put on the addition starting Monday. So it's an additional 1,200 square feet.
When do you expect to be back home?
By September. By September. Late summer,
Okay.
We'll be back in the house. It'll be livable. And then we can do all the rest of the stuff around it.
That's congratulations.
So we're going from like 1,800 square feet to over 4,000. So it's a big project.
Wow. Yeah, so you're going to need some additional whole home beacons and stuff for that.
All kinds of shit. We're gonna have everything.
What are you currently running at home? An Eero or a Google Wi-Fi or Nest? What are you doing?
I don't have any fucking idea.
Can't hear him.
Gotta ask my wife.
Yeah. What's that?
I don't have a clue. I gotta ask my wife.
If you're doing the expansion, you should have them hardwire all the rooms.
We are getting it hardwired. The whole place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Always go Ethernet backhaul. That's the best way to do it.
Yep,
Make sure they do a cat.
Also translate to other channels that are hardwired too. So,
Jason,
But make sure you also identify where all your Ethernets basically end up, and then put like a however many ports needed unmanaged router over there.
we're doing that while it's being framed. So before the driver, getting all that stuff from early.
Good idea. Make sure it's Cat 6.
Sunil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the plan, guys. So
Can you cast that to a big screen?
I appreciate you all coming on, guys, and thank you everybody.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Jason. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Next week, guys.
Jason.
Have a good
Thank
week.
you, Jason.
All right, you guys. Have a good night. We'll
All
see
right,
you.
guys. Take
Let's
care.
go.
all.
Let's see you tomorrow.